Hey guys, welcome back to Modern Golf. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you've had a great day and a good week. Today we're going to break down this guy really in two segments and two parts. First part is kind of a 1-year review of using this Vessel Players 4. The second part that will air later is kind of what life is like using a white golf bag. The wear and tear, how we keep it somewhat clean, and really, should you be fearful of getting a white bag? That'll be in part two. Part one is today. Let's talk about the Players 4, the history of Vessel, the Players 1, 2, 3, and 4, two different versions of this, and all that good stuff. So, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. We are on a little different set than we have been. So if you have a keen eye, we have changed some things at a different location and kind of spruce things up for 24. We have a lot of content to do this year, a lot of great things going on. So we're excited. But let's talk today about Vessel. So I was probably one of the early adopters of Vessel golf bags. I had the Players 1, 2, 3, and 4. The 3, oh God, I think I had the 3 in 5 or 6 different colorways. I currently have the 4 in 2 different colorways. And just kind of want to go over what I like and what I don't like and would I ever buy or get a Vessel bag again. So Vessel really started their namesake a number of years ago, 10, 12 years ago, with doing tour bags for players on tour. So fast forward to 5 years, 6 years later, they really started getting into the stand bags with the Players 1, and it's really been a quiet evolution from 1 to 4. And again, I've seen all the iterations. I've owned them all. I love what Vessel does. Let's get that out of the way. I love what Vessel does. Predominantly, this is the bag I use the most. I have the other bag I'll show you here that I use the most. Secondly, is this guy, which I know is, that's the Ghost everyday bag in the Katana, which is their black, all black bag. But this one, if you follow me on social media, when we travel or when I play a lot, this one gets the most run, and I'll kind of explain why that is in a little bit here. But overall, if I have to break down my number of rounds, and obviously I do a lot of testing for new bags, outside of that, this one gets the most run. So I just want to go over things I like, things I don't like, and really expectations for the next iteration. So with that being said, this is just the standard Players 4. This is not the Pro version, and we'll kind of get into what the differences are with those as well. But first thing first is the top. So this is a 14-way top, and this is the engineered mesh. A lot of people have said and really have asked me, do you like the engineered mesh or the other material differently or better, one more than the other? I like them both the same. To be honest with you, this has a tighter weave. So people say, well, is it more scratch resistant or less scratch resistant? I don't think it's either. I just think it's subjective. I have no issues with this. I had no issues with the Players 3 that had the velour kind of material. But one thing that really drew me to Vessel years ago was they were one of the few bags, and really the only bag at the time, that didn't have branding all over it, but also a putter pit. And really they kind of, I won't say revolutionized, but they really got into the uniqueness of the 14-way top and how they do it. And I think the industry can take a lot of notes, and certainly has with the copying of what Vessel has done with everything they've done. But their top, I think, is one that I think is unrivaled in the market. I think it's, if not the best, one of the best tops. I know some guys don't like the 14-way top because if they used oversized grips or what have you, but I have no issues with the top whatsoever. I absolutely love the top. Would I change really anything with the top? No. I mean, I know the Pro one. I've seen it. It's a wider mouth, let's say. It's a little larger top. And again, different materials. But I love the 14-way top. And since we're here, we'll talk about it. Vessel is one of the few, and I can take this off here. I'll show you guys, that actually makes a leather or leather-like replaceable top cuff here, or top handle here. So now you can actually go in and get more of these in different colors. Maybe we'll do that in a later video, but I actually just like the kind of the white and black theme with this bag. And even my Ghost bag and my other Vessel bag, it's the same. I kind of keep it very, I don't want to say colorless. But so one of the things I like about what Vessel does, like if this wears out, it's easily, you can replace it real easy. So I like that. There are some shortcomings with this bag. Not a lot, but we'll get into that. I like this. This is a metal towel holder here. There's also a ring here. There was a lot of criticism when this bag came out last year that this shouldn't belong. This fabric loop doesn't belong on such a high-end bag. I actually love this loop. So do I think they could use a different material? I'm sure they have tested multiple materials, but I love it. I actually will put my glove through here, even though there is Velcro here for your glove, or through here. But I love it. I like the aluminum. This is a nice little loop for really anything. If you have your keys or anything that you want to clip on here, I think it's a great thing for. So I do like this large pocket here for your valuables. I really like the way Vessel does things. What I would like to see, look at the closure. I mean, just really nicely done. But one of the things that I like probably more about Vessel than anybody else is the storage. And so that's why I use this bag more than I use the Ghost or really any other bag, is because of the storage. So just to show you what I keep in here, this is a little bag of like allergy pills and stuff. So all my, I guess your Ditty bag, and shout out to Saratoga National. I played there, my guy, with my buddy Sam and Brock and Eric, my God, 20 years ago, and still have it. I keep multiple, and I'm one of the weirdos, I keep multiple cart straps in here. I have multiple gloves, some old FootJoy gloves in there. I also have, and you'll see, I carry a bag of a ton of old gloves. So, from G4 to Asher and really everyone in between, in case it rains or it's hot, I like to have multiple older gloves besides new ones. So I like the storage in here. You can see I'll take pictures of it. There's a mesh pocket in here. There's also a little lock-off area, valuables in here. So if you want to lock off like your watch or your wallet, if you're playing somewhere, or I tell people if you're going to the driving range and you're leery of someone going to take your stuff, it's a great place for it. I have seen some designs overseas that are eliminating zippers now. And so the entire bag is basically just magnets. I would love to see Vessel do something like that. One of the other things, and I've emailed them a million times and asked, and I don't think it'll ever happen, but if you go to their VLS or VLX line of bags, they do very cool materials. They also do a lot of the bags for G4, and if you see how G4 does some of their bags, with the very cool material and variated vinyl and all kinds of stuff, I would love to see the Players 4 kind of take a step forward with the materials and even colors. And I know those guys do the bags for G4, but G4 has like a cognac color, and this year I just saw a chocolate brown one and a lot of colors. I'd love to see Vessel get into that, and maybe we will see that. I don't know. So, but one of the things I love, and I'll move this stuff out of the way here, about the Vessel bag is the storage. And again, this is what makes me use this bag more than Ghost or anybody else, is for the storage. And some people say, well, you don't need that much storage. You put towels in here and rain gear, and as I mentioned before, you play beginning or end of the year and you have to wear a hoodie or multiple pullovers and you walk, you need to store them somewhere. So again, one of the things that I truly like about Vessel. we'll just flip this around so you guys can see here. But one of the coolest things that Vessel has done is obviously put their logo on here. It's a little, you can see the bottom of the bag's a little beat up. Not awful, but these pieces, this gray pieces here, are rubberized. So it does a really good job of gripping. The other thing too, which Vessel does, and I'll try to show you guys here in a side view, is they have one of the best base systems there is in golf. I mean, just a phenomenal job. So let's get into this side. One of the things that I loved with this iteration versus the last one is these, what I call almost bat wing looking things for your water bottles or what have you. They expanded these. They're super easy to get in and out. I love that they've done this. I know my video last year when I first got this, I said it was one of my favorite things. It truly is. I go to the range, or if I go play, I usually have a Yeti that I throw in this pocket, and I have 2 water bottles that I'll put in here as well. So I adore these. The other thing you guys can see here is just the subtle details that Vessel does that I think makes them such a niche bag company that we really never saw this until these guys did this stuff. You know, very subtle branding, which I love. These pockets here, again, there's 2 sections here, one for your rangefinder, or a little, there's almost like a little envelope in there, and then for something else, I keep my golf balls in here. I think I have a whole sleeve left of these, and then I also carry my ball markers in this awesome Ace of Clubs little bag there. For those who don't know, and you should if you're watching a Vessel bag, this can be removed, so you can either have Vessel embroider it, or certainly have someone you know in the industry do it as well. So, but really like the bag overall with the things. I'd like to see more magnets. They do them here. They do them in this pocket. I'd love to see this. I would love to see this bag be ultra techy. I think they're getting there, but I really like I would love to see this thing be magnetic instead of Velcro here to remove. But overall, a really good bag. Love the handle here. The leather handle's good. It's almost got like a rubber texture in here. The straps are great. I have walked, I've pulled, I have taken a power cart. I've done everything you can with golf, scooters, and this bag is done incredibly well. I would be remiss if I didn't tell you guys about the Equilibrium system. I think this is, if not the best, one of the best in golf. Super easy to use, super easy to get in and off your back and shoulders. They've done a really good job. So some things I'm a nitpick on just because I don't think this is perfect bag. A lot of people have kind of talked bad about the plastic. I actually prefer the older ones with the rubber. I understand what they're going for this, but I think if I had to go back in time, I would prefer the rubber. Let's get into this. A couple critiques I'm going to make on this. I like these pockets. What I don't like about Vessel, and let me grab it real quick, I'll show you. So Vessel does come with full-colored, same material rain hood. They're one of the few in the industries. The other bag we talked about earlier does not. It's more of just a kind of a generic. This is a love-hate relationship with this thing. And there's a reason I had to go get it in my storage room, is because it's so big that it would literally fill up this pocket for sure and almost half of the other pocket. So I don't bring this. What I would love to see Vessel do is incorporate a way to get it in your hip pad. I think that would be a perfect solution for that. I will say the rain hood is some of the best, Aqua Guard zippers. They, listen, if you're watching a Vessel video, you'll know what kind of quality these are. But I put a towel in here. This isn't, you can't see it probably, but it is igloo lined. So if you want to put your Dunkin' Donuts or your Yoo-Hoos or what have you in here, this is the pocket to do it. Great. I love this. Another little pocket here. This would be another cool place for valuables with phones and tech. I think the more velour lined pockets we have, the better. And again, the hip pad, I think my only change would be make it zippable, where you can get stuff, your rain hood, or even a great place to hide stuff in. I know with bags, I know Vessel makes bags. Tumi and some other brands, they make it where you can actually hide your stuff, your wallet, so no one can really find it. So let's get into the carbon fiber legs. They're great. A thing I would like to see changed is I'd like to see this foot size get a little bigger. You can see if you watched really anybody else's, they've gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. These do a great job. And lastly, the umbrella, hook, let's say loops and hooks here. So what would I change up front? I think we've gone over some of the things that I would like to see changed. What I would love to see Vessel do, and I know I don't know they're working on it, but I know they're progressing towards that, is the customization of a bag. So right now you can get white, black, gray, I'm going to say navy. I don't know all the colors offhand. I'm not 100% sure. I would love to see you be able to order a bag and have it customized with different color legs or different color pull handles like they have. They sell them that way as an accessory. I would love to see them get into do like a ID like Nike does for a golf bag. I think they'd be one of the first. I know some brands do that. I'd love to see Vessel get into that. Wear and tear in this bag has been way better than I anticipated. Again, there's a reason I use this bag more than any others. And overall, it's a really, really good bag. If I had to grade this out of 100, I'd say this gets in the mid-90s. And I don't want to sound like a fanboy. I know I'm wearing a Vessel hat, and I've done a lot of videos. I haven't received a dime from Vessel, and they're not paying me to do any of these reviews. I will say it's the closest thing I've seen to perfection. Now, other brands are catching up to these guys, and these guys constantly evolve. But again, I still think they're probably one, if not 1A in the best in the industry for golf bags. So we're going to end this one here to kind of give you guys a review of what I think of it. Part 2 that you'll see in another video we'll talk about is what life is like with a white golf bag. How do I keep this clean? All that good stuff. So stay tuned to that one. That'll be on probably another week, couple weeks down the road after you're watching this one. It may be already out after you're watching this. But what I recommend, I guess at the end of the day, would I recommend a Players 4 for everybody? Yes. I think if once you use a Players 4, even a Players 3, hell, a Players 2, it's hard to go back to any of the bags. I'm not saying there aren't places in the market for other bags. I think there are. Not everybody wants to spend $400. Again, I tell everybody, if you're on the fence, get one around Black Friday. They do 20% off. So you're bringing a $400 bag down to a $300 price point. It's a lot more achievable. And I know, listen, I get the comments and I get it. A lot of people say, man, it's way too much for a golf bag. I can't spend your money and vice versa. I just know I like buying quality products. And I know every Vessel bag I've had, and this one has got maybe 40, 50 rounds on it, looks pretty good. Now I clean it every once in a while, but I've never, I will say this and I'll wrap up, I've never had a construction flaw or problem with a Vessel bag ever. And I've had them from the 1, the 2, the 3. I have multiple 4s. I don't use the black one as often. I mean, it's seldom. It's over here, but it seldom gets used. The white one seems to be the one I like to use the most. And I've never, ever, ever had any construction flaws or anything with a Vessel bag. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to be on the lookout for part 2, where we talk about what's life really like with a white golf bag, and then how we clean this white bag every so often. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.